Good morning, Red Lion Senior High. I'm Jen. Today is Wednesday, February 2nd, Cycle Day 1. Welcome to RLA TV. Let's start off the day with our weekly Black History Month fact. Phyllis Wheatley was the first African American to publish a book of poetry titled Poems on Various Subjects, Religious and Moral in 1773. Born in Gambia and sold to the Wheatley family in Boston when she was 7 years old, Wheatley was emancipated shortly after her book was released. And now let's go to the first episode of The Lives of Black Heroes, a mini-series by Max.
They attacked the victim, and then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him.
Yes, sir.
This is American justice.
Yes, sir. That's right.
This is American democracy.
Yes.
Malcolm X, born Malcolm Little, was an African-American Muslim minister who took a more aggressive approach to civil rights. A spokesman for the Nation of Islam, Malcolm advocated for the empowerment of Black Americans. Much of Malcolm's views were forged in the early years of his childhood. It started with the death of his father, who was a supporter of Black nationalist Marcus Garvey. To add salt in the wound, Malcolm lost faith in the formal education system and began living a life of crime to get by. However, after his conversion to Islam while in prison, along with the renewed sense of purpose, Malcolm X was born. After joining the Nation of Islam, Malcolm embraced the movement's ideals of Black nationalism and empowerment. His rallies called for the armed resistance against oppression and was a harsh critic of the mainstream civil rights movement. Malcolm believed that civil disobedience only caused more unnecessary suffering to Black Americans and wasn't getting much done. In his final years, Malcolm would end up converting to Sunni Islam and taking on the new name of El-Hajji Malik El-Shabazz after leaving the party due to some disagreements with his former colleague Elijah Muhammad. Eventually, he would found his new organization known as the Organization of Afro-American Unity, which took a more secular approach to civil rights. Eventually, he began focusing more of his efforts into human rights rather than preaching armed resistance. Eventually, he would outright reject his old beliefs. Unfortunately, this change in thought is what would lead to his death on February 21st, 1965. He was killed by 3 former members of his old movement while giving a lecture. Although his life was turbulent, Malcolm X was someone who truly believed in the civil rights cause. His story should be studied and his legacy remembered.
Thank you for that wonderful piece, Max. This just in, Punxsutawney Phil did indeed see his shadow, which means we are in for 6 more weeks of winter. From now through February, Avena will be selling snacks for $1 a piece. Help us raise mental health awareness while you raise your blood sugar. Snacks can be purchased in C201. This next one is for the seniors. February is a short month and time is running out for you to complete an apprenticeship application for Kinsley. Learn, work, and earn a sustainable wage at the same time. Stop by the Career Center and speak with Mrs. Morris about this great opportunity or visit the information link on our webpage. A virtual job fair for South Central PA will be held February 10th. Stop by the Career Center for a flyer and registration details or visit either the employment or information link on our webpage. Let's hand it off to Bree with World News.
Thanks, Jen. Case rates of Omicron variant are dropping, but the number of people dying each day is not slowing down by any means. Many hospitals are still overwhelmed, packed, and extremely understaffed. Public health experts think the coronavirus may not disappear, but become easier to live with. Turning back to one of the most talked about topics worldwide, U.S. President Joe Biden threatens Russia with swift and severe consequences if Moscow should choose to walk away from diplomacy and attack Ukraine, maintaining that the United States are indeed allies and are continuing to prepare for every scenario. Now back to you, Jen.
With World News. Thanks for that, Bree. And now let's wish a happy birthday to the following people. Thanks for stopping by for today's announcements. I'm Jen. Have a wonderful Wednesday and stay safe, Red Lion.